Hi everybody, John Mather from Carasius Productions again, and welcome back to our video series on creating blocks and plugins for Headway themes. Now this one's going to be very quick video because in the next lot of videos we're going to be setting up the styling for our buttons, but I just wanted to update what I've just put out there last night, overnight, with video 2 in the series, and I wanted to show you how you can use HTML and styling in our actual block options. So you can see what I've done here. We've got that heading we created in the last video, but now I've got like a subheading here where it can actually link, and if we click on it, it'll take me through to the icons page. So I wanted to show you how I did that. So if we go over to our block options page, and in here we find our heading. Here it is, our heading, a button URL link. So it's the same as we put before. So if I just, it's the same as we did for our episode 2, the last episode. So if I just go and add that in, choose the right file, block options, and just paste that in, click update, and I'll just refresh this for you. Open that block, not the custom code block, open the block, and you can see that's now gone. So that's how we left off when we finished our video for the second in the series. So let's go to our heading, and what I want to do, we can actually use HTML within our label here, and we can style it using CSS as well. So what I want to do is we want to insert a line break because we want this to go onto the next line. We want to add a span, and we want to add some style. So this is inline CSS. So the first thing we want to do is set our font size, and we'll make that 12 pixels. Then we could make our font style, and we could make that italic. We could even change the color if we wanted to. We could make it, let's make it white. So that gives us our span. So we've put it on a new line, we've given it a span to give it a separate styling from the button content, and then with this styling for this one, we've given a font size of 12 pixels, we've made it italic, and we've made it white. And now we can go to view all the icons available, visit, and we can now add in our link, and we'll get that page that we opened up, so our icons, so that people can go in and actually see the full list of available icons. So we'll just grab that, jump back into here, we'll paste that in there. Now because we're working within a logged in and a development area, we don't want to navigate our users away from our block. So I'm going to force it to a new tab by making it target equals underscore blank. And we can just tell them it'll visit. This might help if I could type, visit font awesome, and we'll close off our link, and we will close off our span. Alright, so let's have a look. So we had our button content, then we inserted a light break, so this goes onto a separate line. We added a span styling with a font size of 12 pixels. We're going to make it italic, we're going to make the font color white. We're going to then say on this separate line, to view all the icons available, visit, and we're going to reference that link, and we're going to force it into a new page, and it'll say font awesome. So let's see if this works. Actually, I just want to make this, I know, that's fine. So we'll cut and paste that. We'll go into our plugin and we'll paste that. We'll click update. We'll go in and refresh, and we'll open our block options, and there we go. So the white isn't visible on this grey background, but I just wanted to show you how we can make it white. But let's have a look let's inspect that element here so we can see what we've done. So you can see here the color that it is. And we can actually see the color code for that is being pulled up from the A. So if we wanted to, we could actually go back to this, and where we've got color white, we could paste that hashtag. Let's go Control-Alt, Control-C to copy it. Go back to our plugin, Control-Alt, Control-V, hit Update. I'll close off that spec element there. We'll reload. Open our block options, and now it's all the same color. So there we go. So just a quick video to show how we could utilize HTML and inline CSS styling to style different elements on our block options page. So I hope you found that third video useful, and look forward to setting up the styling in our next tab. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hi everybody, John Mather from Css Productions back again, and we're ready to keep building our block in this series of Headway building blocks. So let's get moving and get started on what we want to do next. So if you remember from the video from last time, we had created this little sub heading here, and we are ready to start building a styling tab here where we will style the button. So let's go back in here, into our block options.php. So I've still got all the blocks, but we're still working, all the PHP files open. We're still working in the block options. So let's add a style tab. You can call it whatever you want, and then we'll give it a heading name of styles. Okay, and what we want to do is copy that. We'll just jump down here. So before this last one, if you look at that, that's the ending for that array. So we want to go after that, but we want to make sure we would be before that last one. And we will go style tab. Was it styles? Was it style tab? Yep. And then we also want to make sure we close off that array. Okay, and we can just continue on with building here. So first thing we want to do is thinking about how we want our block. So let's just jump over to, let's go view site. Let's jump over to our hover CSS, and we want, so let's have a look at how we want to set up. So we want a background color. We might want a font color. We want some transition colors. Icons will be the same color as the icon color will be the same as the font color, so we don't have to worry about that. We've got the border colors. Okay, and we've got some shadow transitions in there. And we've got some curls. So let's start with our background color and our font color. So we want to go Headway button BG color. It's going to be, alright, let's have it'll be a color picker. So if we go over to Headway themes, docs, headwaythemes.com, article 82 block API. If you Google block API Headway themes, it's under advanced Headway for developers. And scroll back down to where we looked at this way back. It seems like a long time ago now, way back in the first episode. So we want a color picker here. Okay, because we're going to allow our users to be able to choose the color picker. So we'll paste that in. We will copy that and paste that in there. We're going to choose font color, and then we can set this up as a default color. I might make it for 6s, and we don't need any options in that, so we can delete that whole line. Choose your font color. May be edited in the visual editor as well. So what we're doing is, what I'm doing, I'm assigning a default color. I'm going to give them the option to choose the color in this back end, but then they're also going to be able to pick the color in the visual editor. So this will be an editable font. So let's grab this, and we want to. Oh, that we call that background color. We should have called that font. This time we'll make it background color. Button background color, and let's make it this. We'll make it the same color as this, as these defaults. So let's have a look what color he used here. E1, E1, E1. So we'll just copy that. Head back over here, and we'll make that E1. Choose your buttons background color, and once again this will make this as editable in the visual editor. Just make sure that's a capital. So we've got the font color, we've got the background color. Let's just have a look at, make sure that is all working. So let's go, I'm going back into my edit plugins, I'll paste that in, update that. Let's hit refresh and reload. Open that block, and we can see we've now got that styles tab, and we've got a background picker. Button background, font color. Okay, so we're going to change the colors around, so the font color is coming up as E1, E1, and the background color is coming up as too many sixes. Button background color, we want E1, 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 and our font color. Let's try that. Edit the plugin, Control V to paste that in there. Update, refresh. Open the block. Go to our styles tab. And we've got that loading as 666, and we've got that loading as E1, E1. So that's all working. So we've got our font color, we've got our button background color, we've got our tooltip as well. So what else we want to do? We want our, if we remember, we wanted our background transition color, so we'll do another color picker. Call this one transition. Add let's have a look. We'll stick to the same. So let's go. It was this color here. Let's have a look. Find that blue. There it is. Copy that. Paste that in. Choose your background transition color. Control C. Go back in. We'll edit that. Control V. Update. Hit refresh. Reload. Choose our block. And now we've got that transition color. So you can see how the color checker works. And what else do we need? I think we needed one more, didn't we? We needed we needed the border transition. So, which will be exactly the same color. So this one, we just need to, copy that. We choose that border. And that is all she wrote there. Control C. And we've got one thing we need to add, which is actually quite important, is we actually need to choose what the hover effect is going to be. So if we refresh that now, we've got our we've got our colors, but we don't actually have the hover effect. So let's go in. What we might do is we might add this, copy this one here. This is a heading. And we'll add a heading. And alright, so we're going to leave the spots, the span style that I copied here. So the font size is 12 pixels. So we're going to make it italic. We've got that blue color. To view all the effects available, visit, and we want to change that to that URL there. So we don't want them to visit the font awesome repository. So we'll click on that, target, and we change that to hover.css. Now, alright, so like we did with the, we got the buttons, all the icons here, the font awesome. I've also created all of the hover effects for you. So I'll get that uploaded for you as well. So in here, it's exactly the same as we did in the episode where we included the font awesome icons. So it's a Headway button effect is the function, and in that function is an animate array, and in that array we've got all our hover effects. So I'm just going to Control Alt and Control C that, jump straight over to my block options, and right at the end of my font awesome array here, which is that one there, I'm going to enter and paste that in. So what I want to do now is I want to jump back up, find where we picked that font awesome, which is this one here, font awesome icon. I'm just going to copy that, which is right the way down to there. So Control C to copy that, jump back up to after our heading here, and paste that in, and button effect, hover effect, we'll call it. Default is done, and we want to change that to, rather than me scroll down, to that HW underscore BTN underscore effects list. Okay, alright. So that is the one which we are working just here. So we can delete that and paste that in. Control. Now what I want to do before I do that, I want to grab my heading one there again. I'm going to add a heading after that effect. I'm going to call this style heading. Style heading. I don't need any subheading at this stage, so I'm just going to delete that and style your button. So let's go Control Alt, Control C to see how that affects. But what I've done there, just to make sure you understand, so we've got our style tab, we've got a heading, which is button hover effect, and then we've given that same subheading we had for the font awesome icon, except it's going to show them where they can link through to check all the different effects, so they get a visual representation. And then they're going to have that, then they're going to be able to choose the hover effect, which is pulling the list from that array, that hover array. And then we've got another heading which is style your button. They can choose their font color, they can choose their background color, the transition color, and the border color. So let's Control Alt, Control C. Let's go back to edit our plugin and Control V, and we can see there's all our effects. Let's update. Oh, and we've got an error on line 717. Okay, so here we go. We're at line 117. So it looks like I've got an extra bracket in here, and where it actually is in here. When I copied that font awesome effect, was it? Where are we? No. Here we go. Where is it? Here it is. So when I copied that font awesome icon list here, I copied that extra bracket in here, so you can see here I've got that extra bracket. So that's closing off that style tab, and then all this other stuff is still in here, so that's what's causing me the error. So if I delete that line, Control Alt Control C, jump back over to my edit my plugin, Control Alt Control V, update that file, and then we'll go over and we'll refresh, and hopefully now open that block option, click on styles. There we go. So we've got our sub heading there with our subheading. We can choose all our effects here, and then we've got style our button. So there we go. We have the basics for our layout when it comes to styling and designing our button. So in the next episode, coming up, what we're going to do is we're going to be add in the actual content. So at the moment, if I hit save, we've got all this structure in here, but when we go and view our page, we've actually got nothing in here. We've got the custom code, which is coming from that one there, so I'll delete that block. We'll grab that up, drag that up, we'll hit save, and if I refresh now, we've just got the block title. That's what I should have done. Let's just go back, roll back. Okay. So that custom code was actually giving me the my list. That is my block title, I think. Or is it? Or do we still have some sort of? I think we might have some in the block. Let's have a look. Yeah, so we were still echoing from when we were showing how that worked. So there we go. So what we're going to do in the next episode, we're going to start working into in the content. So we're going to start outputting all these fields into our blocks, so we'll start to see them. So that's going to be an exciting episode. So be sure to join us if I've still got you now. Any questions, hit me up, and make sure you subscribe for the next videos. Thanks for watching.